shared you. Ready? Okay. Hello, guys. This is the Emily and Raymond show. I'm Raymond.
I'm Emily, his wife.
I'm Quincy.
I'm Miko.
And these are our two guest speakers who are joining us today.
Thank you for having me. Look, Mom, I'm on the radio. It's my big day. I'm there.
Thank you so much.
I'm there.
And
My big day.
today's episode, we're going to be talking about mental health awareness and other health struggles that we've all been facing.
Yes.
So first off, we'll start with Quincy here. If he has anything he wants to share.
Yes.
Alright, so mental health struggles. Alright, so when I was younger, I was a little bit of a bigger boy, you know? And the thing is, one thing I found was like when you're younger, it's like it's a growing stage in your life, right? And the thing is, when you're a little bit obese, I mean, honestly, I was fat. Let's just get real there. But the thing is, though, you know, people tend to tell you a lot about it, like, oh man, look at that plump kid right there, and all that fun stuff, right? So then once you're growing up with it, you tend to think like, oh shoot, you know, I'm actually fat, and you start to hate yourself, all that fun stuff, right? And the thing is, like, over a couple of years ago, you know, there was the whole like, oh, fat shaming phase, and like people were like, oh
I
man,
remember that.
Yep.
yeah, it's like, oh, you know, if you shame a person into losing weight and like make them feel bad, nice, then they're going to, you know, be inspired to lose weight. And you know what? Coming from, I mean, I'm more pleasantly plump now, but coming from a former fat kid, I can tell you that is not true at all. Because one thing I found was like, when you are being told that you're just a disgusting human, it's, you know, it more degrades you, and you just are set into a place where you're like, man, I can't do this, like, you know, I'm just gonna be, you just go into a endless pit of despair and like depression. You just feel terrible about yourself. But the thing that inspired me to lose weight, and then I kind of gained it back, but hey, I'm comfortable with myself.
I think you look fine. You know, you're big. You got the height to back it up.
Yeah.
You know? No one will mess with you. You know,
But
Uncle
you,
Phil.
honestly, you're a very handsome man.
Well, I think.
Oh, okay.
And I'm the only female here. Very embarrassed here that I'm the only female here, and everyone makes fun of me for being skinny. So, anyway.
Nah, you're not skinny.
Oh, thanks. I need to lose weight then to become skinny. That's what you're telling me.
Oh, you're a good.
Whatever you're
No,
telling
never
me.
mind.
You're a
Never
perfect body
mind.
weight. I think
I'm
what he's
insulted.
trying to say is you're a perfect body weight. You're not
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly. Sorry,
All right.
I suck at this kind of stuff.
Fair enough.
Anyways.
So the way to, especially with larger people, the way to actually, you know, inspire them to eat healthier and to, you know, actually like living, it's not to shame them into thinking they're disgusting. It's actually to inspire them to like find an activity that they enjoy. And the thing is, you know, the thing that inspired me to look the way I am now, my confidence is through the roof. I'm so happy. But the thing that inspired me is I've been gifted with my height, and I was told, you know, when I was younger as well, oh, play football. So I found something. Thankfully, it was a physical activity that it was like a calling. It's like I thought, hey, you know what? I'm really good at this sport. My team loves me for it. And over time, because it was a physical sport, I got healthier. I lost a whole bunch of weight. I just felt like the king of the world.
And then regulated all that.
Yeah,
into
exactly.
Like new area.
It's mind over matter.
Yeah, I also played rugby. But
Yeah,
the thing
just
is,
like last week.
So from going from middle school, elementary school, to just feeling really bad about myself, then the year I played football, I lost a lot of weight. I felt great about myself. And then over time...
Poker?
It's
It's with a K, not a CK.
I'm not a big poker player. But, no, what's it called? Sorry. When I started playing football, I started feeling good about myself, and people would start calling me fat less, and like, you know what? It's such bandage to being told that you're disgusting over the years. And then after a while, you know, you feel really good about yourself, and then it's so basically the moral of the story is don't call someone that they're discussing because it doesn't work. It makes the situation 10 times worse.
Must degrade your self-esteem, I imagine. Very bad for the self-image, right?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
And also, the thing is, with years of being told that you're a horrible person, like now I'm super happy. I think I look good, but there are moments where you think back on yourself and it's like, then maybe I could lose a little bit more weight now. Like you just, I appreciate my body. I appreciate the way I look, but it's just, sometimes I think like, man, maybe I'm not as good. Maybe like they were right before. It's just you're kind of stuck with your past, right? And it's unfortunate because I'm happy, but I don't like those moments where I just feel less of myself. But
Everyone feels those once in a while, even me, and it happened to everyone, even the best of us.
yeah, what is understandable?
Oh yeah, for sure.
I can agree with that. Yeah.
If you don't mind me interjecting, I have actually a story along the lines of weight, believe it or not, because I do modeling.
Okay.
And long story short, I was taking modeling classes at this modeling school, Eastern in Ontario, and for some reason, the owner of the school, she really didn't like me. I don't know what it was about me. I don't know if it was maybe I reminded her of a person that she doesn't like. Maybe it was my personality. Maybe she had a daughter around my age, and I have a feeling maybe she just kind of thought that I was like competition to someone her daughter's age. I'm really not too sure, but she actually told me I was a lot heavier than I am now. If you can believe this, if I were to show the audience pictures, I had 17 pounds on me compared to what I have on me now. I was like 18 at the time. And she actually, she said to me, yeah, you don't have the physical requirements for modeling. And I understood that at the time I definitely needed to lose weight, no doubt about it. So it took me maybe about 3 to 6 months to get to the weight that was perfect for modeling and everything. And even when I lost the weight, even when I lost the 20 pounds or whatever it was I needed to lose, she never even noticed.
Okay,
It's
sorry to interrupt. For some reason, I don't think the sound's coming from, because my mom texted me and everyone else I've tagged, and they said they can't hear anything. They said there's no sound.
Okay.
Okay.
No. Oh.
Anyway.
Sorry, continuing on, yeah. So it's like my mom was like, you lost all this weight, you went to the gym, you worked really, really hard, she needs to put on prescription glasses if she can't even notice how much weight you've lost. And anyway, there was like this thing. It was a scam, long story short, and there was this bikini competition thing. I'm 5'9". That's normally the minimum height requirement for runway modeling, sometimes even shorter than that. And she still says she doesn't have the requirements to be a model. She should go into acting and singing, not modeling. And meanwhile, I have agencies here in Toronto that have actually liked me. And now that I've obviously slimmed down, I lost the weight. But it really does something to your self-esteem when you've lost weight after 6 months of being with a modeling school and you're still told that you're not good enough.
Yeah.
So I can totally relate to you in that regard because, I was never obese, but she still told me I had weight to lose. And even when I was a size 0, size 1, she still couldn't notice.
That's just ignorance, really.
It's ignorance.
Yeah.
She's ignorant. She's an ignorant person. Exactly.
But the thing is, though, especially weight loss, is you're with people all your life. Like, let's say with my mom, when I was really big, I went through my entire couple of years with being really big. But then as soon as I was losing weight, my mom wouldn't notice because she would see the slow progression of me losing my weight.
Yeah.
But the difference was when let's just say I worked out during the summertime. Because my teachers, when they saw me, they saw the June me, when I graduate to the next grade, and then the fall me. So you see, it's a completely different you, right? So when there's that time period of absence, they don't know, they don't see you at all, then they see the big difference. So I mean, it's understandable why she would see your progression.
Yeah.
But it's still, I mean, you have to feel good to yourself because, I mean, have with people that you haven't seen in a while.
Right.
Did they say, "Oh, you look good"?
I think so. I'm pretty sure. People besides my mom must have noticed. It's just hard for me to remember because this was 4 years ago. But yeah, I had a couple of people recognize me on Facebook. I put pictures of me on Facebook, before and after pictures, and people noticed and everything.
Okay, we'd like to give a hello to Leora and Jimmy. As you're going, so you can take.
Yeah. Hi.
How's it going?
How's it
Enjoy
going?
our show.
Thank you for watching our show.
Okay, and let's get back to our topic now.
Yes. So as I was saying, it damages your self-esteem, especially in modeling when you all this hard work to go to the gym
Yeah,
and
because
cut down on your
there's a
diet.
lot of like mental problems
Yeah,
too. Like a lot of
it
people,
can.
they become
Yeah.
bulimic or.
Oh yeah, she was a bully. This woman, she was a bully, and her daughter was bigger than me.
I wasn't referring to
That's
a
the
bully.
funny
I
thing.
meant like.
No, but she was a bully.
Yeah.
It damages your self-esteem, and so you can become anorexic or bulimic.
Yeah,
and luckily,
yeah.
I never did. Thank God.
Mental scarring. I have a
yes.
lot of experience.
Oh,
with
Like
yeah.
I was saying, it's mind over matter, and if I can test my story a little bit, I started working out about 3 years ago. I was very heavy. I was almost like 300 pounds, and now I'm down to 218 pounds. I still need to lose more weight, but I love working out. It's a healthy activity, and like Quincy here, I played school sports. I played soccer, hockey, basketball, volleyball, two-hand touch football. I was on the swim team for a little bit, track and field for a little bit.
Good for you.
I was a
Yeah,
well-rounded
that's
athlete,
great.
and I never let that stop me. And I've learned from one of my favorite YouTubers, it's mind over matter, and exercise is the first step to success. If you don't exercise, you're not going to be successful, but don't overdo it. And with exercising, I got myself a personal trainer, some of the best that money can buy, former pro baseball players and all that. They said you have to start light. You can't start with the heavy weights, otherwise you're going to injure yourself. Start light and build your way up.
Or
And
you
I
end
built
up
my
like
way up to quite a lot of strength. I don't look strong, but I'm very strong. At the same time, I mean, I got bullied, but it wasn't because of my weight. It was because of, it's actually the weirdest form. It's because I've got extraordinarily big feet. I've got 13 and a half men's feet.
Wow.
I would have
Oh,
never
wow.
noticed
And
that.
in grade 1, I had like way bigger feet than anyone else.
I got 13 and
Oh, so they pretty much just call it clown feet?
No, they called me Bigfoot or duck feet. I'm like, all the better to kick you with.
Jeez.
What?
the thing is, when someone's like, "Oh man, you got big feet," you know what that means? Big hands.
Or something else. But
Or
we'll get
something
into
else.
that.
We're not going to mention it though.
Boy, I'm the only female here. I feel very awkward being the only female.
But here's the thing, like, I let it affect me, and I got depressed, and it led to me having depression and anxiety, because I got bullied really, really badly, not just in elementary school, also in high school, not just by students. I was assaulted by a supply teacher.
That's
Physically.
terrible.
He slammed the door on my head, causing bruising.
Oh my gosh.
Well, what kind of school was this?
It was a
Yeah.
school in my area. You probably heard of it, Raymond. Western Tech.
Oh, yeah, I know Western Tech.
Yeah, I was there.
Oh,
Also, the thing
Wow.
is, like what you mentioned, how you would get more confidence through working out. That's one thing I found, because when I was more just obese, it was, my grades were disgusting. Like, I'd look at my report card, it's like, oh, redo, and like,
Oh boy.
just, yeah, they're so bad. But then as soon as you work out, like, especially like apparently statistically, when the more you work out, like let's say you work
The
out
more you're
15
working your
minutes,
brain.
yeah, and like you work. Let's say in the morning you work out 15 minutes. You're more likely to be successful in the craft that you're doing, like, because your brain is more energetic. And the thing is,
You're letting out dopamines and
Yeah,
hormones,
exactly.
and like I've said a couple times, and like my favorite YouTuber says, exercise is the first step to success.
yeah, and it's so true, because once you start working out, you look up to life, and you're like, you know what, I got this. You wanna just conquer everything that is good about you, right? You try
exactly.
to master your craft. You try to be the best person.
And like through like working out and through Facebook, I
Oh,
made.
hi Monica, my bestie from film school.
I was
How's
gonna
it
call her
going,
at first,
girl?
I saw
My
her
gal
comment.
Pat. I didn't know you were gonna call her. My husband. You kept
Oh.
that a secret
I
from
bet-
me.
Never mind.
Goodness.
Same.
Like I said,
Yeah.
I've made so many connections on Facebook in the disability world, and I've had so many amazing opportunities. I don't know if Raymond and Emily saw, I've got them both on Facebook, but on October 26th, I spoke live on national TV at Queen's Park, advocating for people with autism. I've got high-functioning autism, Asperger's syndrome. And I was also bullied because of that. People would call me a freak of nature or an alien, tell me to go back to my home planet. I also immigrated from South Africa, and when me and my family got here, and still sometimes to this day, people are like, oh, go back to South Africa. You're not welcome here because you're an immigrant. Because of this whole Donald Trump travesty where, he's all about banning immigrants and kicking all immigrants out of the country, not giving them a chance.
But we're Canadian, though. We're not in the States, though, right?
Yeah, but it's
So
still
not related.
it's because he's so big and because everyone in Canada knows him.
Yeah.
They're starting because of his popularity, they're starting to follow his beliefs and be like, oh yeah, immigrants shouldn't be in this country. And that's so wrong.
I've never heard of that in
Well,
Canada.
that's true,
Used to
because
be.
that's-
I've had it happen.
Okay. Fair
But that's
enough.
the topic we'll cover next week
Another
too.
thing.
Something related
Yes,
to that.
another
Good
thing.
save. Good save.
Yeah. Another topic for another day.
Yeah.
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 You got any stories?
Me?
Yeah.
Not really. Well, no, not really. I mean, I've been bullied and stuff too.
I got a few.
But in terms of medical stuff, like what's wrong with me, there's a few things, but nothing's really been listed, so I can't really go say I have a bunch of stuff wrong with me.
That's understandable.
Right? But yeah, apparently though when I was younger, I got diagnosed with a speech impairment.
Well.
So like, apparently like I can't. People say you can't talk, or I've met a few people who know like about it. They've seen me mess up like with my slurs and stuff, and they make fun of me for it. Some people call me like robot and.
Oh boy.
I haven't noticed it, and even if I do,
don't
I'm not
really
going to
see-
say anything. I'm just
you
going to
won't
be like,
notice that
whatever.
unless you're really listening, right? And sometimes I go really, really fast when I talk, and then like half that sentence I say, so I'm like, what? Or I'll go to a store, especially like when I got my teeth taken out. Oh, that was worse because my face was swollen. So I've gotten to make sign languages with people, and like little pads saying what I want to order at McDonald's. I can only order like untoasted buns and or like without the meat, or it was really awkward. So I started like learning sign language a couple of months ago because of that.
That's
So,
smart.
just
That's a
in case
really
you
neat
know
thing.
something
My
happens.
grandmother's partially deaf
Because
in her one ear, and so she learned sign language, and she's fully deaf in the other. So, and she knows sign language, and I think my dad knows sign language as well. I'm not 100% sure though.
Another reason too, I did learn because I woke up one day without hearing in my ear for like 3 days. I couldn't hear,
Oh gosh.
and I found out like apparently it was like swollen and stuff, but it made no sense how it happened. Went to a bad doctor. She gave me a wrong prescription.
Ooh.
So for another 2 weeks, I couldn't hear out of that ear. I thought I was gonna be deaf forever. So I go to my doctor. He gets this giant like. I don't know, like ear plunging thing. Puts like 2 liters of hot water and just like, goes flushes out my ear for like 5 minutes until it's finally all cleared. I'm like, it was very awkward. Have you had a hose in your face?
I think my brother.
You had a hose in your ears. You can feel it coming out the other side. Your eyes got all watery.
Yeah.
Very awkward, but you know what? I would do it again. It cleans out your ears pretty good.
Well, no, there's a new thing that's being advertised on TV that you can do yourself. They call it the ear vacuum.
Yeah, I
and you
know.
stick it in your ear
I
and
know.
it vacuums out everything without putting any water in, because
Yeah.
I hate water in my ears, even when I shower. And
Hashtag ear vacuum.
yeah, it's an ear vacuum, and it sucks out like all the
Yeah,
gunk.
suck out your brain. You never know.
Excuse me, hubby. Do you mind if I do some talking here? You men have been dominating
Yes,
the conversation.
yes,
Sorry about that.
Monopolizing.
Just making
The
up for my
entire
last
conversation.
four episodes.
I am the female here, the
Okay,
only
go, go.
female here.
All the testosterone in my head.
Yes, well, we need some estrogen too, okay?
that's
Okay,
it.
okay, that's
We
fair, that's fair.
Continuing on here, I'm going to share some of my bullying stories
Yeah,
if you
go.
don't mind. So, as a kid, I went to 5 elementary schools and 3 high schools. So you can imagine how often you'd be bullied, constantly moving around and constantly being the new kid. So I'm going to say bullying really badly, it didn't really start to really affect me until grade 6. I'm going to say it was a bit in grade 3. I was actually homeschooled for a bit in grade 3.
Yeah, I remember
Because
you
my
talking
mom wanted to pull me out of the elementary school that I was attending. But I remember the first incident I ever recall being bullied was when a guy in my grade 2 class threw my winter scarf over the fence of a neighboring house. There were a bunch of residential houses right near the school, the elementary school where I was. It was right in Pickering, actually. That's my hometown, Pickering, where Shawn Mendes is from.
I thought it was Belleville.
No, sweetie, you don't know your wife? I am mildly insulted. I'm going to tuck this phone out your head right now. You don't know your wife? We're getting a divorce.
Okay.
The weekend is
Sure.
from Scarborough,
Says,
though.
says the one who goes on.
We're in the
dates.
weekend
We're
neighborhood.
getting
He's
a
from
divorce.
Scarborough.
Well, I don't appreciate being interrupted here. Please, may I finish? Thank you. You will be sorry tonight. You will be. Continuing on here. So, as I was saying, yes, bullied with the scarf being thrown over the fence, grade 3. The girls were nice at first, but girls are very mean to each other. Men get it out by punching each other, right? Hitting each other and being aggressive and doing it face to face. You all are real confrontational. Girls, not so much. We can be real backstabbing so-and-sos from time to time.
Yeah.
You know, well, you're not a female, but I guess you're talking because you have sisters. But continuing on here. One of the girls, she was a leader of the clique here. She used to tell like the class, "Oh, Emily has a crush on this boy," and you know, like 1 minute we'd be friends, the next minute we wouldn't be friends. And I think 1 minute, I just remember her like grabbing me with her other girlfriends. It was really weird. I think it was kind of like a semi-physical fight that I got into in grade 3. I just remember her grabbing me, and she says, "Yeah, if you want to be part of our group, this is what we do when we welcome the new girls into our group." It was really, really weird. Anyway, I still have her on Facebook. We've all grown up since then, nothing personal. And then I just remembered, I said, "Yeah, I'm leaving the school. I'm not going to be here anymore," because people were just like, "Rude, 1 minute I'd be friends with her." And she was in the grade below me, and I was in the grade above her, so we wouldn't have recess together every recess. So we wouldn't be able to hang out nearly as much, so I felt alone half the time. And I used to like call her up on the phone, because way back in 2001, we didn't have these smartphones here, so we used to just use landlines and everything, and I'd be like, "Hey girl, what's up?" Well, I wouldn't talk like that, but it'd be like, "Hey, so-and-so, call me back," and everything. We'd have MSN Messenger, I think, back then. That might have not come out until grade 5, grade 6.
I think MSN came out like 2 years after.
Came out when I was in grade 4.
So we had landlines. I always used landlines back then. And the worst bullying incident that ever happened to me was in high school in grade 9. This girl.
The beeper.
Yeah,
Yes,
beeper, the
pagers.
pager?
Yes, the pagers.
Well,
yes.
I didn't have pagers when I was...
I never had a pager. I had a Discman, like a Walkman, the route thing you put a disc
Me
in.
too. You and me both. Continuing on, the worst incident that ever happened to me was in grade 9 when it was my first week in science class. We were trying to finish a project to finish science class before Christmas break. So it was the end of the semester. And then suddenly this girl from the group that we were doing our project and suddenly starts blaming me for people not wanting to do their work. Here I am doing all the work, basically. I'm the one pulling the weight because the group is lazy and people don't care about their work. And
I've had that.
Yeah, I hate it. I'm trying to pass the class. And then she comes up to me, kicks, you know in science lab you have those really heavy stools
Yeah.
with the metal legs and the wooden things.
And they're uncomfortable to sit
Oh,
on.
are they ever? When you're skinny like me and you're 14 years old, she kicked the science lab stool on my legs. She kicked it on my legs, shorter than me, short little... whatever, she was up to here on me because I'm tall, right?
Yeah.
And she put her fist in my face and she's like, "You effing da 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 da." I'm not going to repeat the language. But, and I was like shaking her. I'm like, I don't even know what I did. And then the science teacher went ballistic. He yelled at the entire class and he said, "You all are acting like a bunch of 2-year-old babies. We're in grade 9 here. You're not in elementary school anymore. You're not in middle school anymore. We're supposed to start high school. In 4 years, you guys are going to be 18. In 4 years, you're going to be, grade 9.
I only finished high school 21 and a half years old.
Anyway, continuing on, 4 years, you're going to be an adult. And he's like, "Emily didn't do anything wrong." And then he said to this girl, I'm not going to mention her name, "Go to the office, you're suspended." And then, they do the announcement with so-and-so, please come to the office whenever you're
But
suspended.
can a teacher suspend?
Well, yeah, because she was physically violent with me. She kicked a science lab on my legs, and I had bruises on my legs. And
Yeah,
she
but I
was
feel like
cussing
the
at me.
teacher's only authority they can use send you to the office, and then the principal has to suspend.
It
not a
depends.
teacher.
Sometimes the
It
teacher
depends.
has authority.
Well, what she did to me was wrong. I was the only one who was physically bullied in that class. Nobody
Like
else.
some WWE style stuff.
I have to go through that. Yeah, and then the only other time I just remember there were girl cliques, grade 7 and grade 8. People were jealous of... I think people were jealous of me because I was really good at long distance running. I did track and field like you. I did it. I wasn't so good at the field part. I was better at the track part with like long distance running. And I don't know, all the girls they couldn't run as long as they didn't have the endurance. Everyone would talk behind my back. Like I'd come to class sometimes and I'd see a group of people talking and they'd look at me if I came late to class. And everyone would be like, "Oh, Emily, what's wrong with you? Like, why are you so weird all the time?" "Well, stop just saying we don't like you." And then they'd be like, "Yeah, you got issues or whatever." And people were just like, oh yeah. And then I was told that I had a so-called learning disability, which to this day I don't believe I do. Because I proved the teachers wrong. In that regard, I don't. I mean, I'm not the greatest at math, but I don't believe I ever
I hate
had.
math and science.
Yeah, I hate it myself. But anyway, well, I'll finish off very soon about my story because I don't want to monopolize the conversation. But grade 6, I remember the teacher made a mistake. She thought that I needed to be in grade 3 math and grade 6, learning fractions. How screwed up is that? I got B's and C's in math all the way up until grade 6. I might not have gotten A's, but so what? So why are you putting me to fractions when, what do you learn in grade 6 again? Integers? I don't remember what you learned.
Integers and probabilities.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I was supposed to be learning integers in grade 6. So because of that stupid teacher, my dad almost thought we had a lawsuit. against the school board because they seriously screwed up my education, right? And then one of the guys in the class comes up to me, he sees me that I'm doing long division and fractions that you do in grade 3. He's like, oh, I could do that. You must be pretty stupid to still be doing that when you're in grade 6. He's like, I could
The thing
do
about
that.
teachers is they hate being proven wrong, even by their students.
Yeah, I know. I hated it. No, I didn't prove the grade 6 teacher wrong. I proved people wrong in high school.
Yeah.
They still said I needed an IEP. I proved it. A lot of people wrong.
Well, I need an IEP because I struggle in math and science, but luckily I've got these two amazing gentlemen to help me with get smarter in math and science, because when it comes to math and science, I'm as dumb as a doorknob.
Well, I think there's a bunch of labels. That's another story for another day, but I proved the system wrong. And in college, I never had an IEP. I never needed special help. So what does that tell you about BS in high school and elementary school? Doesn't that tell you that they were all wrong?
It is. All right. You know, I like to consider myself educated man.
I'm well educated myself. I've got 2 college diplomas. Not once did I need special help. Not once did I need
I'm not really the
I've only got a high
educated
school
type.
diploma. I didn't get accepted to any colleges because they said my marks weren't good enough and that I wasn't going to
That's
make it through.
Genius! Genius!
I went to college. The first college program I went to was a ripoff. You paid $5,000,
Yeah.
and yes, he's genius. The light bulb on top.
Genius! Yeah, Einstein, Albert
So
Einstein.
you paid $5,000 for this program. It was like an entry program into the college. So after you do this, you can do whatever you want. But what got me mad is the math. You take the math and the grade level for the math. It's supposed to be college level, right? Which is like grade 12. It was actually grade 4 level math
What?
for the whole semester.
What, in high school?
In
What?
college.
Oh, what?
That's ridiculous. How can they make you do
What?
4th grade math in flipping college, bro?
You
They
think
good,
that's
bro?
bad? You think
Are they
that's
good,
bad?
bro?
We had a 3-hour English lecture too, and she spent a month teaching us how to write a sentence.
Oh my God!
And
Come on.
after that, that was the reason why I'm like, you know what?
Facepalm, big
this
time.
program is just like, no, we're
Like
fine.
literally.
Why you never told me that, hobby? I never
Don't
knew
do
that. Oh, I think I remember.
But the English teacher had a monotone voice. It's like,
Okay.
duh, duh, duh.
Is this the one where they had a slideshow of pictures or something?
Yes.
Oh, that one.
The
Okay.
slideshow.
Now I know.
No, the slideshow was the second college. They made you do
Oh.
200 slides a day.
Okay.
In
Now I
the
That's
marketing.
remember.
ridiculous. I could do 50 a day, but 200, forget that.
Yeah, it's 200 slides a day, and you pay like $20,000 for tuition for that place. So that's a
That's
different
insane.
story.
Insane.
So
That's insane.
I actually do have a really weird kind of bullying, depression thing story. So I used to be a camp counselor when I was younger, right?
Camp's always the best. You make so many
Yeah.
lifelong connections there.
Now the thing with this is I did for the city of Toronto. So I was always with the kids, like probably the bracket I had was like 5, 6, 7, 8, I think up to like 9. And the actual counselors, they used to bully me and like treat me like garbage because they said I was a really creepy volunteer because the kids all loved me, right? So I used to do all the like throw all the events and stuff. So pretty much you're trying to paint me as a, well, I'm not gonna say it on live, but you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
So I did this for about like the 3 times I did it. It was always the same group of people. It got me really depressed. And I finally ended up leaving. Like, no, I don't need this. And I was good for about maybe 3 years until my old job, where some guy decided he was going to be smart and go tell my I had 3 assistants at this job helping me work. He went and told the girls that I'm not allowed in public parks and near children. Let me tell you. And I'm trying to understand why people give me dirty looks at work all of a sudden. I'm like, and they're distancing me. I'm like, what the hell did I do? Did they catch me eating that fish off the floor? Like,
Good Lord. Oh,
I was like, what?
gosh.
So then I later found out, yeah, he told the 3 girls all this stuff, and they ended up quitting a week after because they didn't feel comfortable around me because they thought I wasn't allowed near children.
No, you just.
And,
All right.
and
The
that,
thing
was, that was a really weird situation. It got me depressed too. I'm like,
I would be.
but it's a different part of depression. Because I love working with kids. I always loved to actually be like a kindergarten teacher, like work with like kids in like a psychological
Yeah.
ward or something.
Interesting.
Yes, they thought I was a pervert or.
Yes.
Or pedophile.
But I
here's
was
the thing.
trying not to
We're-
say that.
We're a
Yes,
Michael.
we're not
Michael
gonna say
Moore.
that.
You know, I'm Herbert family guy. You want some popsicles down in the center? I got some candy
Oh
for you.
boy, that's a good imitation. That's a
Or-
good impersonation.
Yeah, but-
Or what? You were saying something. I heard.
I forgot.
Oh, okay. Do you mind me jumping in with something? I got a college bullying story now about a roommate experience, a horrific roommate experience. She was the roommate from hell. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, that's putting it lightly.
From hell.
I don't know if I've ever mentioned this to you, hubby, but continuing, I had just broken up with my ex-boyfriend at the time, and I remember, I didn't really know her very well, but I kind of thought she was acting weirdly because she'd stay in her room all the time. She wasn't very talkative towards me. me. So I kind of thought something was up with her. And then lo and behold, I find my answer that she hates my guts on Twitter. So I look up on Twitter. I'm searching her name because I just had a gut feeling. I was going with my instincts, which I listened to. Thankfully, they were right. And then I go, and then she says, crazy roommate, crazy Amish woman that I'm living with, doesn't know how to sing for the life of me. She's making fun of my singing, basically, because she couldn't sing for her life. No offense.
Well,
I'm not trying to sound rude.
Tone deaf.
Yeah, I'm tone deaf. I can't sing for the life of me. I'm tone deaf. Yeah, for sure. Anyway, I was singing. Yes, she called me Amish.
But you're not Amish.
I know she's not. She's crazy.
I've never seen you with a little hat.
I know she's
and a hammer
psycho.
going
She's
like
psycho,
this.
and everyone,
Like-
all my friends, when they found out about what kind of person she was, she's like, "Yeah, she seems a little bit trashy and psycho, Emily, don't you think?" And I'm like, "Yeah, well, she kind of is because you don't know what ended up happening." I reported the tweets to the room attendants, I think the RAs,
Yeah.
in the hallway at the campus where I went to, and then they confronted her, and I said to her, I'm not comfortable with what's going on. This went on for between September all the way till Christmas. I had to live with her, and we were in the same program together. So we had to see each other every single day while we were in the performing arts
But
program.
you're not Amish because you're using technology. Amish don't believe in using
She's weird.
technology
She's
like
not.
phones
She's
or
on
computers
crack.
or mice or
But
anything.
if she is a closet Amish, I need a new dresser at home.
Yes, you do. Continuing on. So anyway, and then you know what else happened? When I was away on the weekend once, there was one of her little friends came over, and when she has her friends over at the residence, and I'm away out of town, out in Belleville and everything, visiting my mom. She texts me during the weekend. She's like, "Oh yeah, why would you put blood on my towel? I saw a dirty, bloody towel in the bathroom." And I'm like, well, considering how I'm not even in Oakville right now, and I'm kind of far away and everything, you might want to ask one of your little friends who stained one of your little towels with blood. Because I'm not on my time of the month right now, first of all. And second of all, I'm kind of out of town, so maybe you should ask one of your friends who's probably the most likely culprit. And then I come back, and I find out in my room that she smudged my door with lipstick. There was like a kiss mark on my door. Is this one of her
She
friends?
must have
did
really
that?
missed you.
Yeah, she must have really missed me, right? And then there was one of those Movember fake mustaches on the door with a lipstick print. With a lipstick print on the white door. Now she's watching this right now, girl. I got no hard feelings against you, but if you really want to be mean and petty, why don't you just man up, grow a pair, and say it to my face, okay?
Like Kobe Bryant said, you got to put your big boy shorts
Yeah,
on.
you gotta
your
put
big
your
boy pants on.
little girl shorts, your big woman shorts, a woman up, and tell me, okay? So she's a couple years, just over a year younger than me. She's acting like she's in grade 6.
Or
Like
grade
we're
3 or
middle
grade 2.
school.
Even grade 1 or
Basically.
kindergarten.
And then she knew that I liked one of the guys, like who she knew on residence and everything,
Yeah.
and she was telling rumors about me, turning half the class against me. Half the class didn't even want to add me on Facebook because of her. And then I told, actually, that I was so serious about the tweets that she wrote about me on Twitter that I spoke to one of the higher-ups, what do you call it? Not the dean. In a college, what do you call that? Not the principal. I don't know what the word is.
The
The dean, I think it was the dean then. I guess the dean that I spoke to. Yeah, really nice guy. And I said to him, yeah, I've been bullied most of my life. I never thought it would follow me all the way to college. I've been
You
bullied.
think people would mature and smarten up by college?
You think so?
Yeah, you
I know, you
think.
think so. She was just out of high school, to be fair. She's straight out of high school. She still had the whole high school BS mentality going
The whole high school thing,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah, she did. But yeah, she had a boyfriend or something. Every time we'd be at a party, she'd give me weird looks. She'd give me dirty looks. And I confronted her one time, and I saw what she wrote about me on Facebook to one of the guys that I liked. And I'm like, why did you write this on his Facebook page? If you have a problem with me, you can tell me face to face here, because I see it. I printed it out, and I showed it to her, because I'm a woman here. I'm a little bit more mature than her.
You go, girl.
Yeah, you go, girl. You go, Glenn Coco. You go, Glenn Coco. So anyway, I think she was just jealous of me. I don't know what it was, but she looked like a smaller miniature version of Jamie Lynn Spears or Britney Spears.
Interesting.
She had kind of
Interesting.
facial
Actually-
expression about her. It was really weird.
What was I gonna say?
Yeah, my roommates, horrific, anything.
No, I have something kind of horrific, but it's not really like. It's like when I was in middle school.
Oh yeah, go on.
So,
yeah.
in my middle school, we had this program where we brought in people from like different parts of, I guess, the world, because there's a lot of like immigrants, like newcomers in that school. So someone decided it would be funny to grab me by the hoodie when I was going down the stairs, and he threw me down like 3 flights of stairs.
What?
This was middle school. I was like 13.
Lord. Oh, good,
Good
Lord.
I was
Lord.
13.
Oh no.
So and he just ran away. I was like, I don't even know what happened. That day I was just totally messed up. I went home for lunch to see if I was like still in one piece.
Yeah.
But to this day, like, it was quite a beating I got too. My glasses broke.
Oh my
But
gosh.
to this day, I can still feel like the pain in my like,
What?
joints because it was a pretty
That's
hard beating. And then
rough.
2 years after that, I flew, man. I flew past one flight, and then the next year I went down to 2. I rolled down the other 2. I don't even know how that happened. The people
You should have gone
suck.
to the hospital to check out
People
their.
suck. I went home, right? And my mom's like, "Oh, you're fine." But
You should have gone to the hospital to see if you had broken bones. You really should have.
It's
So-
not worth 6 hours staying in the hospital.
Well, now-
I don't think at that time it would have been 6 hours. I think it would have been 3.
Well, it depends. When I go to the hospital for my breathing problems, I can't breathe. Like, they don't know why. It's like I have a wall on my chest. So I'll go in when my mom is working. So in the ER, so I know I don't have to wait too long. Inside. That's safe. Anyway,
That's right.
so I go. They go, "You're fine." But then I go home. As soon as I leave hospital, same thing. I can't breathe. No matter where I go, I can't breathe. So I don't know.
What's up with that? Whenever you go to the emergency, they're like, okay, you wait a ton of time, and they're like, oh, what's the problem? It's like, oh, it hurts somewhere. Like, oh, my ankle is sore. It's like, oh, what part of the ankle? And then you point, it's like, no, it's not that part, not that part. Like, you clearly know which part it hurts, but when they poke it, it doesn't hurt. And then, for some reason, like, your symptoms just magically disappear when you're in the ER.
But then when you come back, they're gone.
Well, I'm telling you,
Yeah,
it's a conspiracy. When you go into the ER, those cameras you think are on, they're actually like projecting medical fumes into you.
That's exactly what it is.
Like, Hulk smash,
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
anyway, back to that falling down the stairs thing. I have a funny turn to that. So in grade 9, I was up on the bleachers. And you know what bleachers are, right? Those
Yeah,
bleachers.
well, you
Yeah, of
watch-
course, of course.
And I don't know how this happened. We're doing a tour, walking through the gym, and somehow I managed to slip on a random banana peel and go down the bleachers.
Oh
And
man!
I messed
Oh
up.
man!
And I messed up my knees for that one. No. 3 hours and doctor 10 minutes. Yes, that's our standard
Yep.
Canada.
Yeah, that's our standard Canada. That's Canada for you,
That's
folks.
Canada
You go to
for
the
you.
ER, you wait 3 hours, and then
And
you sit
they
for
wonder-
10 minutes, and then they release
Yeah.
you with
And
nothing.
then they
That's
wonder
Canada.
why people go to America for.
Exit for
Or
healthcare.
back home to my home country of South Africa, or even Europe. Europe's got some good
England
healthcare.
has universal health care, by the way. I'm half British.
Yes.
Don't insult me, all right? You do not know.
Okay,
Listen to the
okay.
Queen, all right? Listen to Her Majesty. Speak, please. Thank you. Going on here, England has free dental. Your cavities will all be paid for by Her Majesty's government. Your surgery will be paid for, and you will not have to wait in the hospital for nearly as long in a queue as you would here in Canada, dear.
Jolly gosh!
And you go to
Jolly
Ireland for
gosh.
free
Yes.
tuition,
Yeah, that's true.
Ireland
Yes.
has free school anyway.
United Kingdom
Look at
is
the Irish,
fantastic
eh?
for that. For United Kingdom.
Hospital times have come to the point where it's like, let's just say you have a sprained ankle or something. You wait for tons of time, and then you go see the doctor for 10 minutes, and you're like, oh yeah, it's a sprained ankle. Come on, man, why couldn't it be a break?
X-ray, MRI, that crap. Come on, doctor. You went to medical school, or did you? Or did you just buy a medical degree off the internet? Really?
Well, I mean, they just did a story about that too. Some guy got caught. He bought a medical degree and worked at like Seneca, UFT, and Ryerson as a professor. He bought his medical degree for $1,500 and worked for 15 years before they found him.
What?
A student in
How's that even possible?
A student at Seneca College found him and did an interview on him.
Oh my god.
Found out about his backstory. I read this. I'm like, what the
The thing
hell?
is that with
How's that happen in a first world country like Canada? Seriously, man.
I know, it's terrible. It's a travesty.
But I can go buy
Absolute
a
travesty.
degree for $100 and go work in a hospital as a medical tech.
Yeah,
It's not hard.
the thing is with the wait times though, like once you get like an X-ray or something, it's like, you know what? I've been waiting for 6 hours. Might as well just check me out, check my blood, just do everything because it's so it takes so long.
But
It does.
it
Not
does.
only that.
You know what bugs me about the system? Like, if you have cardio, like anything related to your heart, you go in like within the hour, max an hour.
Yeah.
Brain stuff, usually the same thing about an hour. Now with me, I do have like these unexplained brain problems. Been like 3 years since they've been like gone really bad, and I've been to doctors, been to tests, been to all the whole shebang, and they still say, "Oh, nothing's wrong with you." I'm like, "Nothing's wrong with me," but sometimes I wake up I can't see, or I can't feel my hands, or I can't talk. I'll be outside, and all of a sudden I'll have like my head. I get these dormant migraines. My migraines will get really really sharp, and then I slur,
Broken nail. Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Might as well go
yes,
for a
yes, broken
hangnail.
nail.
Might as well go for a hangnail. Yes.
That's essentially
Well,
what it is.
I hate to be
swear
down, someone to bring down the mood, but I unfortunately have to go. I've got another arrangement.
oh, no worries.
Oh, good man.
Thank
It's
you for
nice seeing
having us on your having you for coming to our show.
I gotta get your number. I'll get your number from Raymond, but I'm
Hey,
gonna
no
sign off.
worries.
Thank you for having me. It's been a true
We're
honor.
almost done. We're almost done. Just a few more
Almost
minutes.
done?
Yeah, we're almost done. Don't worry. A few more minutes. So we'll stay on for a minute. So, anyway,
Okay, man.
what was I saying now about me? Yeah. So I've done all these tests and stuff, right? And they can't find out what's wrong with me. Oh, it's in your brain. You know, I mean, it's in your head. I'm like, so if it's in my head, let me go see someone, right? I'm like, then I reevaluate a sentence, and I'm like, it's in your head. No, shit, of course it's in my head. That's what I had 3 doctors tell me, oh, it's in your head. I'm like, but
That's the point.
That's
Like,
the whole
it's
point,
you're
yeah.
there.
so if you're doing all these tests and everything, and you still can't find nothing wrong, why don't you just go inside my head? And maybe see if you can find something, or refer me to a psychologist. Maybe go see someone, a shrink or something. But no, sorry, you're not sick enough to go to a psychologist. What?
Oh dear. Speaking of which, can I please share my story and how I had to wait over 6 months for an MRI? An MRI of my knee. To see. Oh, crappy. Sorry. That was a
Okay,
big
go,
insult. I'm
continue,
sorry.
continue.
Continuing on. I had to get an MRI of my knees to see if I had any missing cartilage in my knees and everything. I used to suffer from rheumatoid arthritis. I don't have it anymore. That's for another day to explain. But and I go into the MRI. It's like, and it's like giving me a heart attack. And I thought I was like dreaming. I thought I was dreaming. I think I have my eyes closed. I'm like, am I dreaming? Am I dreaming? And I open my eyes. Like, no, I'm not dreaming. I'm like pinching myself.
You're
Am I
not supposed to
dreaming
open
right
your
now?
eyes when you go to an MRI.
Honey, it was just the knees. My head is not actually in the MRI, sweetie, okay?
It just makes a very loud noise. They should give you an earplug.
And I'm like, I waited 6 months for this crap, 45 minutes of my time, and I waited 6 months just to be driven out of a heart attack? And it turns out that there's nothing even wrong with, well, there's only something wrong with my left knee, not my right knee, and I'm like, 45 minutes just to find out that you can't even do anything about it?
Yeah.
Utterly useless. What a joke. And a travesty on our healthcare system here in Canada.
It's come to the point where, like, if my arm's not gone, I just wouldn't go. It's like, okay, you know, it's probably something really small. I mean, we live in such a modern time. Like, it's not like a cold's gonna kill you, right? So
Yeah.
Oh, that depends. Sometimes it
No,
kill you.
I know people who've died from pneumonia.
True.
Yeah,
The
but-
bronchitis. True.
Even modern day.
That's a different story. We'll get into that another time too. Okay.
All right.
So now we're reaching the end of our show, and we'd like to like to thank everyone for tuning in this week and
Thank you
for
so
all your
much.
support, listening to our
And
stories.
And please check out our
We'd like to
YouTube
thank
channel.
our
Yes.
two
Thank you for
guest
having me
speakers
again.
now, and
Look,
good
Mom, I'm
business.
on the radio. It's my big day.
Yeah.
And
It's
our
my big day.
Instagram, my
Amen.
Instagram is at Emily C.
Amen.
Official. Your Instagram.
It's RaynEncourt31.
And our Twitter. And our Instagram.
Emily and Raymond is our Twitter and Instagram.
And our YouTube.
Okay, and our social media. You can tell us your social media if you want people to follow you because you're pretty
Yes,
big.
please go to the disabilitychannel.ca, an amazing website advocating for people with disabilities, and also follow our YouTube channel and our Facebook page at www.youtube.com/thedisabilitychannel and our Facebook page at www.facebook.com/thedisabilitychannel. Please check us out. It's a great company. Also, if you have some, with autism, tell them to go check out the Ontario Autism Coalition. Thank you again for having me. It's been such an honor.
All right. Thank you so much for coming in our YouTube channel, dear. You
Our
forgot to
YouTube
share
channel is
it.
the Emily and Raymond Show.
Yes,
And
Emily.
that's
I subscribe to it.
M-I-N-C, capital N.
I subscribe to it
Oh,
already.
no, not the N. It's
Oh,
ampersand.
and.
That's
Yeah,
a
my
squiggly
bad.
thing. Alright, so
My
remember to
bad.
like, subscribe, comment, and tune in
Yes.
for our next episode where we'll be talking about something pretty serious. I haven't really decided what we're going to talk about yet.
But we've got-
I'm going to be back
Yes,
in next
sleeve.
week to
Yes.
talk with
Yes,
you.
of our sleeve.
And most likely you'll see the same form as next week. And thank
I've
you for
got a
tuning in.
guest speaker who'd love to be on our show next week.
Okay,
A
we might have
female. We need one female besides me. No
Okay.
offense.
Okay, we'll have
Okay.
a bigger one. Okay.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. I'm on the radio, Mom. It's my big day.